this morning. Come on in, guys. I am Wanda. Let's chit chat a little bit this morning as I bring everybody on. I think that was YouTube over here. Here's Facebook over here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in, guys. Good morning. So y'all see me looking here, here, and here. So good morning. We're still talking forgiveness and how to walk that out in your relationships. That's our topic for this morning. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me give a couple of announcements. I am now doing a total rebrand. So I'm trying to tell you about my rebrand, right? In this rebrand, we're still talking relationships and we're still talking marriage. So we would talk how to enhance your marriage, how to partner with God as He restore your marriage and things like that. But now I want to talk about relationships, period. So relationships is what I want to. So just like this month, how we're talking about forgiveness and how you have to learn how to walk out forgiveness. Let's apply it not just to your marriage, because everybody who listens to me is not married, but just in your relationships, period. How do you walk out this forgiveness in relationships? So again, I am Wanda with Heart Wise. Heart Wise is the name as I rebrand. Again, that's my new name, Heart Wise. HeartWise. Heart Wise Wisdom. How to walk this out, how to walk out forgiveness in your relationships. Because again, I want to talk relationship, and marriage is a relationships. But for those of you who are not married, how to walk that out, how to walk out forgiveness with your parents, how to walk out forgiveness with your friends and co-workers and your supervisors and things like that. So we're talking relationship, but we also again marriage, which is key. How to walk that out. How do you walk it out? So again, I am Wanda with Heart Wise Consulting. That's my new brand. That's my new name. That's the new name, Heart Wise Consulting. So again, Heart Wise Consulting. So come on in the room. Let's talk. We're talking forgiveness. How do you walk that out? Seriously, how do you walk out the unforgiveness that you're carrying? You choose to forgive, you don't know how. So this is what we will talk about. So good morning. Hopefully everybody is doing well. We had prayer this morning at 8 o'clock. That was over on the Facebook group, The Covenant Wife, and that will be every Thursday at 8 o'clock. This is where we pray over our marriages, our relationships. Just it's prophetic prayer, and this is what we would do every Thursday. So if you're interested in that, DM me so that you can get the link and meet with us next Thursday. Next Thursday, 8 a.m., and that is Eastern Standard Time. So we're still on this month for February. We are talking about how to forgive. Why is it important for you to know how to forgive? Seriously. Why is that important? Because sometimes we just shove it off and we think it's not, it's, you know what, it's me, I'm good. You know how you think you're good, I'm good, I'm over it, I'm past it, I'm not holding it, and all of that, and you really, it's still in you, you're still carrying it, it's in your body, it's still wearing and tearing at you, and you try to say, well, no, I'm past that, I'm over it, it's not bothering me, but it's still there. How do you walk this thing out? So for the whole month of February, we have been talking so far, and we will continue to talk about forgiveness. January, we talked about pride. Each month, we will talk about an issue that comes after you, your marriage, your relationships. And so some people, again, it's just a hard time walking out relationships. You have a problem in relationships across the board, not just your marriage, but friendships, relationships with your family members. So this is why we're going to talk about. It's why I'm here. We're here to talk about the forgiveness part of it. Last month we talked about the pride part. So let's check forgiveness. Let's make sure you're not carrying unforgiveness in you, in your soul part, down in the inside, where you thought you let it go, where you thought you were past it, but it's still there. It's still lingering, and truly it's still bothering you. So let's talk about forgiveness. Again, this month, February, this is what we will be talking about for the whole month. We're not hopping over to something else, and we haven't gotten this down. So, we have a whole month that this is what we're dealing with, a lot of the unforgiveness. So, guys, let's just, let's just talk. And why didn't I bring, normally I bring something to drink in the office with me, and I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, didn't bring coffee, didn't bring water. What is going on? So come on in, guys. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to hop on, see who's available, and then we'll get into it. The unforgiveness of it. So for those of you who are on, can I get you guys to like and share? Like and share. And sometimes it's hard for me to even see comments, because earlier today someone was on, I couldn't see. I think sometimes in one of them I have to actually put a comment and then the rest of the comments will come. I don't have the glasses on either. Okay, so come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room, guys. Let's chit chat and talk about forgiveness. Let's talk about forgiveness. Are you one of the ones, really? Do you have a hard time forgiving people? Do you have a hard time letting it go? Are you, sometimes it's not the right thing to say, well, I don't let it bother me. I just get past it on. It's whatever. And they go with it, it's whatever. But they're still angry and holding the thing against the person. You're still angry. If it's your husband, you're still angry. And you're still showing that you're angry. There's a problem. You're holding the offense. You're holding the offense. And you're trying to act like you're not angry. You're trying to push past it, but you're unable to. So the anger is coming out in different ways. You being upset is showing in other ways. You may not just scream, fuss, and all of that, but it's showing in other ways. It's showing in what you do and how you do it. So we have to be mindful of that. Are you angry? And what are you doing with the anger? Because it's not a sin to be angry. It's what you do in that anger. So a lot of times people are upset and they're angry and they don't know how to release the anger. They don't know how to forgive. And forgiveness is not saying it was okay what that person did. But you know what? When you start getting to the point you choose not to receive the offense, you choose not to let that thing bother you, you choose not to, where you choose not to allow it to bother you. You're not offended. Where the enemy was said something or did something to offend you, wanted you to be upset. And I'm not saying that the person that the enemy used, I'm talking spiritual. I'm not talking about that person. I'm not talking about what your husband said or did. I'm not talking about what your friend said or did. I'm not talking about what your coworker or supervisor said or did. I'm not talking about what your parents said or did. I'm talking about the spirit behind that. That spirit intended on you to be upset. That spirit intended on what they said or did to mess up the rest of your day. But this is where you choose not to take the offense, because you understand it's a spiritual battle. And so so it's not necessarily you even saying, well, I'm not even going to consider that. I understand where that spirit came from. I understand what was said, but I understand more on who said it. Where did it come from? I understand where it came from. And so this is where you choose not to be offended. But even if you catch yourself, if just for a moment, you took the offense, you took the bait. For a moment, you were upset. You quickly let it go. As quick as you can, you let it go. You let it go for your own self, for your own soul. You let it go because you know it's the right thing to do. You let it go and you forgive that person because you understand what spirit was behind it. Do you know what spirit you are of? And I think about when Jesus was talking to his disciples and they were upset because they were rejected. And so y'all, we'll have a month that we deal with just rejection. But they were rejection. And actually, next month, March is the month that we're going to deal with the rejection. But they were rejected. They were rejected as they were going out to preach and teach the gospel. And the people did not receive them. And they wanted to call fire down from heaven like Elijah did. And they told Jesus this. And Jesus said, okay, do you know what spirit you are of? Just because Elijah was able to do some stuff, what spirit are you of? Do you understand? And they did not understand what spirit they were from or of. What spirit was operating. A spirit was operating. Jesus wanted his own disciples to know, what spirit, do you know what spirit you are allowing to operate? So they who were out teaching and preaching the gospel, when they wanted to call fire down from heaven, they were not of the right spirit. And Jesus called that out on his disciples. And so that is what I'm trying to put to you, that when your husband says something to offend you, when your friends and family members and other people say stuff to offend you and do stuff, look at what spirit they may be of. And this is how you place that thing and understand, no, they are forgiven. I forgive them, they are forgiven. You choose and make the choice to forgive. When Peter said something to Jesus to try to throw Jesus off track, you must never go to the cross. Peter, wait. Jesus addressed Peter as Satan. What spirit was Peter of at that time? And so this is why I want you guys to look at this. When your husband, again, say some stuff offhanded, this is where you look at, instead of being angry with your husband, instead of having an attitude with your husband, instead of giving your husband a hard time, you look at the spirit that was there. Look at the spirit and forgive him. Look at the spirit and don't have an attitude. Look at the spirit and be kind and gentle toward him. Look at the spirit, because you understand that was the spirit that was operating, not your husband. Your husband gave in to that spirit and acted and behaved in a way. But Jesus didn't push Peter away. And so when you push your spouse away because they did something that made you angry, and some stuff just stay there year after year after year after year, you never really got past it. Some people still let stuff from 10 years ago still linger there, still bother them. And this is where you're doing a deep dive within your own soul to see what unforgiveness is there. What are you holding? What are you holding? What unforgiveness is there truly? What are you holding against somebody? What is that thing that's bothering you? It's like it's silent at times because it's been there for so long, but it's like that thing in the background that's driving your train of thought, and you're not necessarily having to think on it all the time, but it's there to influence how you do and what you do. And so that thing is still there. This is where you need to make sure you have learned how to forgive people and forgive them again and again and again. What does unforgiveness look like in your life? What are you holding on to that really hurt you? What are you holding on to that scarred you? You know how people feel like they scarred for life? What are you holding on to? This is what you need to let go. And you need to let go and let the person off the hook. And letting them off the hook, you're letting yourself off the hook, honestly. Because when I say you let them off the hook, that's when you choose to forgive them. This is where you're saying, Lord, you know what? I don't hold this against them. This is where you're not asking God to get them. You're choosing, you know what? Let me let it go. So guys, again, I am Wanda with Heartwise Consulting. For the month of February, we will be dealing with forgiveness, making sure you know how to walk it out. It's not just lip service. It's not just you saying, I forgive, but you don't know how to walk it out. This is you choosing to forgive that person that hurt you. This is you choosing to forgive that person that harmed you. This is you choosing to forgive your husband that said something out of the way. This is you making the choice to forgive your parents. This is you choosing, making the choice, and you're choosing to let go of what your siblings did to you. This is you making the choice to forgive and to forgive again. And so, guys, we will have a workbook that will go with forgiveness. We had one to go with pride for last month, and a few of you got that workbook. But each month there will be a workbook to help walk alongside the teaching that you will be getting, and then we would also have a like a master class to sum all of this up for again for pride. I mean for unforgiveness. Again, last month we took care of and we focus in on pride because pride will keep you from forgiving people. So we wanted to deal with that first. Now we're dealing with the pride thing. I mean, the forgiveness things. Hopefully pride is gone. You humble and you now can forgive. You can understand why. You know, sometimes you just need to know, well, why did they treat me like that? Why did he do that? You know what? I was good to him. I was kind to him. Why did he treat me like that? I didn't deserve that treatment. So when you forgive someone, it's not saying, they had a right to do what they did to you. Why did he do that to me and I was kind to him? Why did they treat me like that and I was only trying to help? Why did they, so sometimes let me help you answer that why. Let me help you answer that why. Why did your husband treat you that way? Why did your parents say that or do that? Why did your friends treat you like that? Why did that person you trusted betray you? Why? So you having to deal with the hurt, the betrayal, the anger, the mistreatment. All of that is still there. And the thing to make this even worse, they never even saw where they were wrong. That person who hurt you never saw where they were wrong. They never apologized. They kept doing what they were doing. They didn't care about your feelings. They didn't care if they hurt you or not. Honestly, it seems like they tried to. So what are you going to do? Because they don't care. They don't care that they hurt you. They don't care that they bothered you. That they messed up your life. They don't care that they betrayed you. They don't care. So what do you do with all of that? You forgive. You forgive. You don't let them win. They win when you hold on to the hurt. They win when you hold on to the anger. They win when you become bitter. They win because now that thing is so in you and your decision making is based off of what they did, off of that hurt. They win. And so when you gain authority and you start winning, is when you choose to forgive. Now the hurt can be healed. You want to be healed. You don't want to think about it and it bring tears to your eyes. You don't want to think about it and you're angry. You don't want to think about it by saying you feel just like the day it happened. It's just that real to you. You don't want that. How do you get past that? You let it go. You choose to let it go and you forgive. You forgive. So the enemy makes it that it's hard for you to forgive because they never apologized. The enemy makes it hard for you because they never got where they were wrong. They never cared about your feelings. So why should you care about theirs? Why? This is why you care about theirs. Because you want to be healed. You want your soul to be restored. You want the peace. And some of you think, oh, I know, I have peace. Now, some of you have a chaotic life. And the chaos is there due to the unforgiveness. Your life is so chaotic, you're jumping hurdle after hurdle of chaos after chaos after chaos. You're tired of the chaos. You're tired of the ill treatment. It's like you attract chaos. You attract people who bring chaos. Every relationship you get into, is faulty. It's chaos after chaos after chaos. And so you're looking for peace. You've gotten to the point, like I'm so tired about, I just need peace. You need to forgive. Go back and see who it is that you're holding the unforgiveness toward and truly release them. They hurt you. You can acknowledge the hurt. But at the point where you want it to no longer bother you and truly not hurt, truly not, you're not moved by it in any kind of way. It's not that you got numb to it. It's just, no, it does not hurt. I am healed of that. That comes with the forgiveness. So this is where you choose to forgive people across the board. Even for the little things, guys. A lot of stuff we think, oh, that's just one. No. Y'all, the little stuff builds up. It's the little things. It's like how if you had a cup and water was being put in this cup, but it was being put in the cup a drop at a time, a drop at a time, a drop at a time. This is where the things that people are doing to you that you don't know how to truly forgive, they're going in that cup a drop at a time, and your cup becomes full. And it gets to the point that you can't take it anymore. And this is where people start exploding, child. They just lose it. Because you allowed your cup, your soul, drop after drop after drop of the different offense. People are doing this to you. They said this. They got by with this. And this is what's really bothering you, that they got by with it. The vengeance didn't take place. You didn't see the vengeance. Do you hear me? You didn't see the vengeance, that they got by with how they treated you. They got by with what they said to you. They got by with it. And that's the part, if you really examine you, that's the part that bothers you, that they got by with it. So now that makes you even more upset that they could treat you that way and get away with it. No justice. Where's the justice? I treated him well. I did this. I did that. For the wives, I cooked his dinner. I cleaned the house. I did the things that I'm supposed to do as a wife. But he still did X, Y, Z. Where's the vengeance, Lord God? Where's the justification in that? And so that's the thing that's bothering you. He got by with it. And then on top of him getting by with it, he gets to walk away with the other woman. For some of you, this is your situation. He got by with it. Where's the justice? And so the anger is lingering in you. You're carrying that. And he seems to be just good to go. Where's the justice in that? And so this is what's bothering you. So this is why you have to let it go so that your soul can be restored. This is where you have to go back to, I don't have to, vengeance does not come from me. I don't have to worry about the justification. I don't have to worry about vengeance. I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm leaving all of that and putting it over to the side. That's not for me to take care of. That's not for me to do. What I need to do is just forgive him. And you know how, and I hear some of you, it's easier said than done. Yeah, I know you. The more that it's like you have to practice this. Honestly, guys, I'm being honest and truthful with you. You have to practice this. First of all, you have to have a willingness, and then you have to practice. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. But you have to start. You have to start walking it out. Forgive. Don't try to get vengeance. Don't wish every negative thing on that person. Don't wish hurt or harm. No, I choose to forgive. And this is what you do, because it's going to help you. You're freeing up space within you. You come so bogged down and it just weighs you down. It just weighs on you. And this is where you're saying, you know what? I don't have to worry about vengeance. I don't have to worry about them getting by with it. And you know how some people seriously wait on the day that God get them. Oh no, God, he may seem like he got by with it now, but God will get him. You know, you're waiting on the time that God will get them. Mm, mm. When you celebrate their downfall, what are you really doing? When you celebrate their downfall, you make God lift his hands off. So God no longer give vengeance if you celebrate their downfall.